Once upon a time in the endless story, we were, we have been, and we will be here,
grieving the silent face in the snow-carved path across ever-changing lands that disappear long before waking the arcane ones dreamed. Horizons unseen through zillion sideshows, monsters birthed in the noise of the wars, where endless forms circle the Helios glow. We are fractals of the one, dust with meaning, burning brief, lighting fires in the single story across the sea of silent grief. One by one we rise and fall in the roaring dark of starlight's cold.
Gaia spins crewless through fields of time. Helio feeds the living and the blind.
Blades dulled in the dance of survival's lie, dead inside, yet afraid to die.
Through fractals of time we've lingered long, generations of grain in the harvest song. At the end of every pipe lies the yield under reflections of land in the star field.
We are fractals of the one, dust with meaning, burning brief, lighting fires in the single story across the sea of silent grief. One by one we rise and fall in the roaring dark of starlight's cold.
As fractals expand their cones of light, perception slips from its vessel tight. Gravity pulls us from forgotten gold. Zinc flash moments on the endless road. We are the sideshow, the fleeting spark within the story that has no mark.
Here I am, one breath in the vast. Memories blend where silence is cast. Roaring sea of starlight drowning deep in the dark void where the ancients sleep. The story of one carved in snow and flame, ever changing, yet always the same. We are fractals of the one, dust with meaning, burning brief, lighting fires in the single story across the sea of silent grief. One by one we rest our part, and the endless story claims the heart.
We have been here a while. We are here. hung in Gaia's sky. Three sisters circle the same ancient sun. Thea, cradle of ambition and pride. Venus, lush and breathing, the favored one. Gaia, young and wild, still finding her name. Ocean small, lands wide, untamed and free. Three worlds in harmony, trade flowing like rivers. No shadow yet cast on what was to be.
Three sisters of the Helios fire, via Venus, hair bound by light.
Cities rising, colonies blooming in the golden age of endless flight. Peace was easy when the stars were kind, when space was wide and hearts aligned.
Venus flies, Venus white, Avia, Avia, Venus flies, Venus white, Avia, Avia.
Leons looked outward, their hunger awoke. Venus welcomed them with open arms. Meadows and mountains, volcanic plains. Cities grew unique yet tied by blood and song. Spaceport crowned the mountain at 64 North. Observatory watching the slow spinning skies. Generations flourished under tropical breath, while Thea turned to stone beneath Acumentopolis sky.
Sisters of the Helios fire, via Venus, Gaia bound by light.
Cities rising, colonies blooming in the golden age of endless flight. Peace was easy when the stars were kind, when space was wide and hearts aligned.
Venus looked outward, then buddy out, westward, westward, buddy out,
Venus kept her wild heart green and vast. Thea paved her world to practice the void. Gaia's cold vacation shores called the bold. Resorts among outposts, resources and joy. Trade and culture wove the three worlds tied. Military might in Thean and Venusian hands. Gaia the quiet jewel, young and untamed. No one yet saw where the shadow would land.
Three sisters
Before the fall began, before the silence came. Some pockets grew fat while others grew thin. Resources strained under the weight of ambition. Venus
madness preached green while stripping her skin. They watched hungry as the cracks spread within. Gaia's wild children built cities of stone, then felt the far hand taking more than its own.
Shadows lengthen across the three. Envy sharpened where peace used to be. The golden age cracked beneath the strain. Ambition whispered a darker refrain. What was shared became taken. What was plenty became need. The fire that built the worlds began to burn with greed.
Gaia rose up with a single word, no. Threw off the distant chains, let their freedom grow. Kings and queens on untaxed soil they became, while Thea starved in the light of their flame. The leader watched, rage behind dying eyes. Her world shrinking, her legacy lies. Spy stole secrets from Gaian towers tall, arcing signals that spoke of life beyond all.
Shadows lengthen across the three. Envy sharpened where peace used to be. The golden age cracked beneath the strain. Ambition whispered a darker refrain. What was shared became taken. What was plenty became need. The fire that built the worlds began to burn with greed.
In madness she dreamed the impossible plan, turn a planet to ship with the strength of her hand, deplete the last doors, build engines of might, propel little Thea into endless night, co-orbit with Gaia, outnumber threefold, take by force what envy could not hold. Thean's verse became the indoctrinated cry as the dying leader reached for the sky. One final grasp for her bottle of cure. One final order, the madness made sure. The engines began to stir. The world began to turn.
On that fateful night, mine lost to the haze, the leader raised her glass in desperate praise. Order the engines, fire them all, blind to the folly, drunk on the coal. Mega structures roar, the crust began to scream. They wobbled alive in a tyrant's mad dream. Shockwaves tore sky from the dying ground. Panic spread like fire across the ground. Runaway world tearing through the black, no turning back, no way to pull it back. The falling, burning, breaking free, tore the blue and waiting sea. Sisters watching in horror and dread, the sky itself bleeding red. Venus saw the colors shift and twist. Gaia felt the coming fist. Messages screamed across the void, but words were powerless, hope destroyed. Yeah, scrambled ships to flee or fight. Venus broke the truce that night. Weapons launched through endless space, too slow, too few to stop the chase. Runaway world tearing through the black, no turning back, no way to pull it back. The falling, burning, breaking free, toward the blue and waiting sea. Sisters watching in horror and dread, the sky itself bleeding red. The capital burned in a final desperate strike, but momentum laughed at the fire and the spike. The engines kept roaring, the planet kept turning, a tombstone world on its final journey. Too Venus struck the engines again and again, but the behemoth came on through fire and pain. The ends on Venus and Gaia below, watch their cradle become their foe. No salvation, no divine hand, only gravity's final command. Runaway world tearing through the black, no turning back, the point of no turning back. Falling, burning, breaking free, into the blue and waiting sea. Sisters shattered by what they see.
drunk on desperate pride. Venus watched in horror, weapons far too late. Gaia's children fled or stood petrified. Oceans boiled and rose into the burning sky. Rivers torn upward in steaming flight. Cities crumbled as the ground betrayed its own. The leader's dream became the final night. Shattering worlds in collision, fire and water, gravity's night. Shattering, no remission, the death of everything alive. Sisters torn apart in the Helios glare. Screaming silence filling the air. On Gaia's skies rain boiling seas from above. Land split open, swallowing hope and stone. Air turned poison, lungs burned with every breath. The ground reversed, spinning the world alone. On Thea, gravity stole the very breath. Atmosphere stripped, oceans cascading high. Bodies burst in vacuums, cruel in embrace. As Gaia loomed, a blue and fatal sky. Shattering worlds in collision, fire and water, gravity's night. Shattering, no remission, the death of everything alive. Sisters torn apart in the Helios glare. Screaming silence filling the air. Impact, molten core through mantle torn. Fragments hurled into the void. Cities, oceans, lives unborn. Everything destroyed. Debris danced in the newborn dark. Shards of worlds glowing and cold. Life scattered like forgotten sparks. Stories ended, never told. Gaia spun reverse 250 times. A moon born from the corpse of Thea's pride. Venus watched her sister die and turned away to hide. Shattering what remained behind. Dust and silence, wounded sky. Shattering the end of time for every soul that ever tried. Sisters gone, Venosians weep in the quiet where the broken sleep. Nothing left but drifting stone and a scarred blue world. Alone. glowing red with newborn
markets, bones and cities, ruined runes, Venusians wept and severed every tie, vowed to honor what the madness took. For great frames rose in their orbit to sweep the void and write a better book. From ashes they built the garden, from tears they seeded the seas. Heaven, Martian, Titanian, Jovian, orbiting vows on the solar breeze. No more ambition run unchecked, no more would power outpace grace. Gaia sealed a no-contact world to heal in isolated space. They gathered scraps of shattered lives, built biodomes from the drifting dead, slingshot cities across the dark, to Mars, to Saturn, Jupiter's thread, heaven's state to mend the sky. Dark matter rain to clear the shrouds, cyanobacteria in the falling floods. Life receded beneath the clouds. From ashes they built the garden, from tears they seeded the seas. Heaven, Martian, Titanian, Jovian, orbiting vows on the solar breeze. No more ambition run unchecked, no more would power outpace grace. Gaia sealed a no-contact world to heal in isolated space. Oceans deeper than memory, continents drowned in mercy's rain. Comets brought the final tears, till green returned to scarred terrain. Refugees from Thea and Gaia's fall work side by side in orbit's light, to birth a garden from the ruin and guard it through eternal night. Unusable rubble to the moons was sent, the rest became new homes above. Gaia's waters rose and overflowed. A second chance, a labor of love, to honor every innocent flame. Snuffed out in ambition's fire, they turned their grief to patient seed, and watched the wounded world respire. From ashes they built the garden, from tears they seeded the seas. Heaven watches, still remembering the price of reaching without knees. Gaia blooms in isolation, a no-contact set free to grow untouched by older sins. Back to the green it used to be. Venetians keep the
swept the shattered skies. Salvage steel and bone from drifting graves. Dark matter hearts to breathe new seas. Interstellar voices from the wave. From the wreckage rose the thunderbolt. Jupiter's red eye forged to warn. Fishing rings around the giant storm. A beam beyond the speed of dawn. Guardians, rise from Venus' tears. Heaven, Martian, Titanian, Jovian spheres. Thunderbolt watches rings magnified to keep the garden safe beneath the sky. No more shall ambition run unbound. The quarantine holds sacred ground.
Every cloud skim to ordered rings, piled and pulled by patient hands. Gravity woke in the floating graves and forged Apollo from the shattered lands.
Far side tower on the bone-white moon whispers now to galaxies afar. Venus learned the wider tongue and shared the light of distant stars.
Stars, rise from Venus' tears. Heaven, Martian, Titanian, Jovian spheres.
Thunderbolt watches rings magnified to keep the garden safe beneath the sky. No more shall ambition run unbound. The quarantine holds sacred ground. Martian stuck beneath the rust-red dust. Venus and the olive branch of truce. Enchantis forged and shared escape. Cities rose where once was only loss. All for the vow carved in orbital stone. Never again the runaway throne. Retrofit the old ways to the new. Venus bowed and learned the wider law. Colonies divided yet alive. Resources flow so none may fall. The garden blooms in isolation, watched by eyes that still remember pain. Paradise preserved in careful silence, till the children learn to walk again.
Guardians orange, rise from Venus' tears. Heaven, Martian, Titanian, Jovian spheres.
Thunderbolt stands eternal guard over the wounded healing star. No more ambitious runs unbound. The quarantine holds sacred ground. For the sisters lost the lesson learned. The garden lives, the watchers burn. Venus remembered. The
Greed corrupted what the stars had given. Warnings of the wise drowned in the din, as illusions cloak the coming sin. Inept leaders hoarded power and light, badmouth the voices who saw the night. Crooks in shadows, dogmatic and bold, unleashed tech they couldn't hold. The third apocalypse, Venus falls. Hubris faster than the flesh could bear. Greed and desire, corrupted code. Ignorance veiled the daily despair. Warnings ignored in the noise of fame. The planet cracked in ambition's name. Signs screamed loud, but tech hid the truth. Population bleeded to empty skies. No stars answered, no blame to assign. Survivors fled to the cold and the wise. Orbital havens built in desperate haste. The economy raced to escape the waste. Wealth and skill bought seats on the flight as the world turned wasteland overnight. Apocalypse, Venus falls. Hubris faster than the flesh could bear. Greed and desire, corrupted code. Ignorance veiled the daily despair. Warnings ignored in the noise of fame. The planet cracked in ambition's name. They turned their backs in shame to the glow. The atmosphere burned in the final show. Facilities floated to Jupiter's core. Saturn's rings, Mars dust, one and all. Anomalies bloomed in the asteroid sea. Heaven over Gaia, lunar towers free. Watching life forms evolve in the blue, reflecting dreams from a world renewed. Colonies spread silent in the void. Gaia's forms adapted, niches filled. Choice reshaped the future, shifting view. History mixed in the present, still terraforming Mars, the greatest dream. But minds unready, bodies left behind. The third false silence, the central sun. Survivors scattered, lessons etched in mind. Third apocalypse, Venus gone. Lessons learned in the silent song. Hubris painted, progress erased. A wasteland left in ambition's place.
orbited, harvesting gas and stone from Gaia's breath and Apollo's bone. Martians promised aid, but tribal wars broke loose. Parisians and Olympians shattered the truce. Venusian floods filled the cities red. Overpopulation eroded heaven's thread. Rulers starved of luxury, faith began to break. Desperation turned their gaze to Gaia's sake. Heaven betrayed the ancient vow, turned weapons downward, fire raining now, destroying the garden their ancestors made. In the name of survival, the sacred betrayed, cries from the void. Seas hold fire, but heaven fell to ambition's pyre. Supplies depleted, life-saving spends to flee the frame where faith was bent. Martian, titanium, Jovian heard the call, agreed to coup. Heaven must fall. Lone wolves struck in the chaos night, distracted by Mars they hit the fight. Shields cracked, payloads burned with air, and twisted using Gaia as betrayed the ancient vow, turn weapons downward, fire raining now, destroying the garden their ancestors made. In the name of survival, the sacred betrayed, cries from the void. Seas hold fire, but heaven fell to ambition's fire. Missiles from Mars tore the sky apart. Lone actors breached the burning heart. Heaven plunged a flaming star into the garden, leaving eternal scar. Third of the paradise saved by Mars hand, the rest consumed in the traitor's stand. Titans hung relayed the final cry, broadcast to stars where the watchers lie. Refugees scattered to moons and rings, anomalies blooming on desperate wings. The vow renewed in the silence deep, no more falls the quarantine keep. Heaven fallen, the vow restored, no more hubris, no more war. The guarding scarred, but breathing free in isolation's mercy. Venusians weep for the final fall. The solar system's silent call. The watchers wait, the guard waits inside. The anomalies drift, the watchers wait, the garden waits inside. In silence. Mars, the planet of war, held its breath, avoided the falls that claimed the rest. Parisians austere, Olympians green,
Our mystic sign, but the peace was thin. Tribal fires flared across the dust. Cities divided, promises rust. Refugees flooded from Venus' grave. Overpopulation carved the way.
Scattered remnants in the outer dark, calling ghosts from the apocalypse mark. Derelict strip payloads reborn, building new homes from the broken and torn.
From wreckage they rise,
Imperfect and scarred,
learning the lesson.
but learning it hard.
Transportation born of need and grit. Salvages roaming the littered void. Scrap from the false fit Saturn's rings. Titan expanded, new lives deployed. Careful contact with the wider stars. Trade and exchange for a future afar. While heaven burned and Gaia steam below, the outer worlds watch the ashes glow.
Scattered remnants in the outer dark, calling ghosts from the apocalypse mark. Derelict strip payloads reborn, building new homes from the broken and torn.
From wreckage they rise,
Imperfect and scarred,
learning the lesson.
but learning it hard.
Gaia's thin veil, scorched by heaven's fire.
Seas steamed away, land stripped bare. Life forms huddled in the newborn night.
Watching the Guardian fall through air. Splintered survivors fought for the scraps, beliefs, and supplies turned to ash. The fires of heaven reach for the blue. Paper thin sky painted red with the fall. No longer any sea, no longer the old. A new wounded world beneath it all. Yet in the outer rings, the work went on. Hauling the past to build the dawn.
Scattered remnants in the outer dark,
Carrying wounds from the apocalypse mark. From the ashes of heaven, new vows are sworn to God the garden. Forever meant perfect lessons, imperfect peace. The cycle turns, but the watches increase. Mars endures, the remnants drift. Gaia heals, in silence.
from the interstellar dark it came, blazing past moons, gravity its reign. Slingshot through belts, curving Venus and Mars, slowing to whisper where the rivers are. Southern cradle, waters converge to sea. Mountains north, valleys deep and free. A seed not of earth, celestial birth, embedded gentle lost to stone and beast. Knowledge gone, tools turned to feast. Tribal wars in the wilderness rage. Stone Age born from apocalypse page. The tree grew tall, impossible grace. Legends whispered in every face. A monument honoring beauty and light, rooted deep in the cradle of night. The celestial seed, planted in the sky, a tree of splendor, rising where the wounds are. Beauty blind could feel, some ancient growth, in the garden reborn, from the fallen throne. A sign from the void, a chance to begin, a warning in silence, the cost of the sin. Titanian vow, no hand shall touch the garden sealed, the silence much, a symbol eternal of the quest for the true. The tree stands waiting for me and for you. The tree rises, the legends begin. The garden waits in silence.
Messages breach the void unknown. Eat and know, but bear the stone. Truths unlearned, burdens unseen. The fruit waits for the worthy clean. Aresian and Olympian fleets, hidden behind projected sheets. Watch the bipeds war with stone, pushed ever closer to the throne. Guardians of the tree, wings of fire and reed, drones that hush and holy plead. Beasts of eyes and faces for circle eternal evermore. Stay away, the warning clear, consequences drawing near. Six wings burning as they descend, rustling hush and holy scent. Primitives scatter under the glare, fire from heaven but never touch there. Bio-born from Jovian labs, four faces watching, no one stabs. Loved by creator, program true, to guard the seed from me and you. Guardians of the tree, wings of fire and reed, drones that hush and holy plead. Beasts of eyes and faces for circle eternal evermore. Stay away, the warning clear, consequences drawing near. Smoke rises where the tribes draw near, the tree untouched by primal fear. Fleets relay the ancient law, no contact forevermore. The quarantine sealed by unseen hand, no interference in the garden land. Legends grow beneath the shade of the tree that celestial made. Guardians of the tree, eternal stays and eyes across the land.
ancient Kai, soldier of the stars, obsessed with tales of the trees called defy the law, descended alone to camp in its glow, risking the fall. Trunk wide as rivers, dwarfing the peaks, bark veined in gold, pulsing with light, branches merging sky in kaleidoscope gleam, leaves etched with symbols, secrets in flight.
The call of the trees, seductive and deep, beauty blind could feel, wisdom to keep, curiosity pulls, the line starts to blur.
One taste to know what the stars confer, forbidden glow, the edge of the unknown, the bite that awakens the seed that is sown. Roots grow deep, seeking buried lore, air thick with parchment, moss and earth, fallen leaves glowing, holding their truths, atmosphere, reverence, tranquility's birth. Fruit spheres of glass, larger than hand, swirling light, shadow, essence within, soft hum like whisper, resonating mind, beckoning mysteries, knowledge to win.
The call of the trees, seductive and deep, beauty blind could feel, wisdom to keep, curiosity pulls, the line starts to blur.
One taste to know what the stars confer, forbidden glow, the edge of the unknown, the bite that awakens the seed that is sown. Have you wondered what it's like? Kai says the universe is secrets in a single gaze. Hera hesitates, duty starts to bend, the hum grows louder, the whispers send. Olympian Thera, descending with grace, confronts the rogue in the sacred space. Leave now, Kai, this world is sealed, but the hum of the tree, the pull revealed. Kai shares his thoughts, the tree's silent song. There are waivers drawn where she belongs. The fruit intensifies, patterns swirl fast, temptation stronger than orders cast.
The call of the tree, seductive and deep, beauty blind could feel, wisdom to keep, curiosity pulls, the line starts to blur.
One taste to know what the stars confer, forbidden glow, the edge of the unknown, the bite that awakens the seed that is sown. They reach together, fingers close on glass, sweet and bitter, the universe unmasked. Minds expand, reality bends and breaks, no turning back from the truths they take. There are gasps, the fruit falls from her hand. What have we done? The line crossed in sand.
The call of the trees, seductive and deep,
Beauty blind could feel, wisdom to keep, curiosity bold, the line now blurs. One taste has shown what none should learn, forbidden glow, the edge crossed alone,
fleets awaken, wrath from the sky. Drones circle fire in their cry. 6 wings rotating, faces concealed, protecting the garden. The law revealed by beasties and eyes covering form. 4 faces watching, born of the storm. Loved by creators, programmed to guard the tree from the hands that reach too far. The expulsion cast out in the night, armor stripping, ships taking flight, naked and alone in the primal wild. Knowledge gave a paradise denied. The bites price, the line you crossed, myths born from what was lost. Signal sent to armor's core, plates detach, rip clothing more. Shimmering pieces fly to the fleet. Sanctuaries power up, retreat thrusters roar. Pulse throws them back, starships ascend. No turning track. The expulsion cast out in the night, armor stripping, ships taking flight, naked and alone in the primal wild. Knowledge gave a paradise denied. The bites price, the line you crossed, myths born from what was lost. No match for drones or flaming sword. Under morning star, the composer's word. They flee the valley, the erupting sky. White flash erupts where the tree once high. Vanished tree guardians all unseen, left with truths they can't unmean. Stranded minds reeling from what they know, planning futures in the afterglow. No going back, the line crossed deep. Knowledge heavy, no promises keep fleets fade. Invisible stars painted false, barren illusions where the heavens pause. Implants plead to silent skies above. Unanswered calls, no guidance, no love. The expulsion, the fall from grace, all hidden in space. Drones and beasts forever stay. The quarantine seals the land. The bites echo wisdom's cost. The garden waits forever lost alone. The stories began. The pleas echo to the sky.